This is the last look of Toon Turf that you will get before the first episode comes out.
So apparently, this was wrong. So if you don't know, a couple weeks ago, Jonny RaZer did a Bad Ideas Direct, and in it, we got a second-long leak from Toon Turf. And in the Direct, they said that this is the last leak we will be getting before Toon Turf releases before 2026. But a couple days ago, Danno's news account, dannodraws, posted this short, which me and my friend Extractor will be going over in this video. But stay tuned to the end where we discuss the confirmed release date of Toon Turf. But in the short, we got this waterfall background which we've seen before in the Are You Being Watched short, where Barry first enters the real world. We also get this photo of Billy and Riggy climbing into the factory through the third window, which might be the back of the factory. But this is important because in the What Sugar Does to Your Brain short, we see this photo of the factory with the third window broken. In all the factory images besides this one, the third window is always broken.
But this makes us curious, who are the other two deaths in the factory, since there were 3 in total? I'm also wondering where they would have entered the factory in the first place, because I think that Billy and Riggy didn't know that there were other people in the factory at the time of the explosion.
Also, this leak is the only part of the second half of the episode that we know, or at least we think. So this makes it easier to predict the entire episode now, even though it's impossible for us to know the full thing yet. But dannodraws posted this short for their new ARG, which might need more looking into, but if you look into this short, we could probably get some more from it. We don't know much with the information we have. But dannodraws gave me these leaks, and now they aren't very lore-packed, but they help answer some questions we had. The cool thing we can see from these leaks though is that they're through security cameras, so we can see what time they're all at.
So from the leaks, it looks like they were setting up at 8:07 and entered the factory at 8:09. But these 2 frames in between where there's nothing happening can be cleared times for when the factory was still stable. So we can assume that the factory exploded at around 11:45, since the explosion still happens on this day. But this makes us think. We know that Riggy wasn't caught because of the smoke, but nothing was said about the darkness.
But this is most of the information we can get out of these so far, so unless we get more leaks, we probably won't get any more information until Toon Turf releases. Which, speaking of, Danno accidentally revealed the release date of Toon Turf. So basically, a couple days ago, a couple theorists went on riggy.shop and saw this countdown, which is now taken down, but it said November 27th at 12 PM EST. And if you didn't know, this was the time we originally thought Toon Turf would release. And then we got this tweet from Danno where he says that riggy.shop will release a teeny bit before Toon Turf. So if you're not that big of a Riggy fan, maybe hold off on spending all your money on merch. So I think that Danno will probably release Toon Turf like 3 hours after the store launches. So I think it will release on November 27th at 3 PM EST. Huge thanks to Extractor for helping in this video, and if you enjoyed, consider subscribing. Also subscribe to Extractor, he's a pretty cool theorist. But I'm also uploading daily shorts and will be covering all the lore on Toon Turf once it releases. Also, it's free and helps us out a ton, and you can always unsubscribe later. But remember, these are just theories. Spooky theories.